Welcome to this week's AgostoAllElite podcast. On today's podcast, I will discuss why John Cena defended Vince, Ric Flair inducting Muta. I will introduce a vicious rant on GCW, and many more news, recaps, and hot takes. Alright, then let's start with a Dynamite recap. Let's get to the show. Let me get into my notes. Alright, here's a show for the update. The Dynamite open aired. It opened this week, aired this week. We saw Excalibur introducing the show. There's a camera pan in the crowd. He had 3 huge championship matches were scheduled. But first, Roberts introduced MJF. MJF made an entrance for a bar mitzvah ceremony. MJF walked to the ring with 2 pair of women inside of him. When he arrived at the ringside, he invited women to kiss him on the cheek. Reed did. The other full made out with him for a few seconds. Meanwhile, Excalibur hyped to schedule matches. MJF entered the ring and asked for Effort's music to be cut. Excalibur said bar mitzvahs doesn't usually begin like this. He gives the fans a hard time once they get Bret Hart excited. He said Shawn Michaels was much better. Let's be honest, he said. They're all 3 here to celebrate the most important day in the record of human history, my birthday. He said the only religion that matters, Judaism, when a boy turns a man, he is 13, gets a bar mitzvah. He's saying when he tapped on Bryan Danielson to become an undisputed best professional wrestler in the world, retain the most important title of all professional wrestling, he's no longer a mere man. Now I am an Iron Man, he shouted. Taz interjected, oh, what a rush. So yeah. MJ set to his music. A bunch of Jewish teenagers ran to the ring and did a traditional dance in the ring. He lifted his chair, rocking up and down. Jungle Boy Jack Perry music interrupted. The kids fled at the ring as Perry walked to the ring. Guevara then came out to his theme song. Guevara began to speak. Darby Allin's music interrupted. He made his way out to a nice pop from the fans. Then a loud Darby chant broke out. MJ yelled they were ruining his bar mitzvah. He asked what they want. They all said in unison that they want a title shot. And MJF said, they're really cute, Perry said. Shut up, Max. Perry said the last time they wrestled, it was at Double or Nothing 2020, the very first pandemic pay-per-view with no fans in the crowd. He said he went back and forth for nearly 20 minutes in the Florida heat until MJF cheated and won. He said that their lives went in very different directions thereafter. He said MJF got wherever he wanted while he spent the rest of the pandemic wrestling on AEW Dark. He said MJF may not wrestle on Dark, Rampage, or Elevation, but they all have. You have to walk around and do what you want. He said it's a whole locker room full of men and women who bust their asses and name it 60 seconds a week on a show where I had to sit back and watch you do hokey bullshit you've been doing past 4 years. Devon said the truth hurts, doesn't it? Perry says the pain revolves around you. He says the solution to best is taking time for him. And just says about I like that he's a star. Guevara says he's going to take his turn on reconversation and MJ doesn't shut up. Guevara says he talks too much. He says way at the door and lie and cheat and kiss his ass in the door. He says get to AEW. He said he had to grind industry for 10 years while working at fast food places. He said when he finally got there, he was told he was only supposed to be inner circles. Job guy, the bumpy guy for Jericho. He said he overcame all his obstacles to become a 3-time champion. He's never had the machine push him and never needed it. He said he had himself and he'll win the title. Whenever MJF likes it or not, when the WSK is like Canadians likes it or not, he'll be world champion someday and you'll know it. And just said it was really cute, incorporated his catchphrase. It was nice like a take a break while getting in the locker room. The brawls while everyone in the back. Darby erupted, sitting in the corner of the ring. He asked the fans to hold their applause. It was done. He's prickly. He said in 2013 he was going to film a school and he would turn into a movie. His teacher told him he had to change everything about it because the school didn't accept that kind of movie. He told her he had to drop out of school and change his style. He said that he was a blessing in disguise because it gave him balls to become a pro wrestler. He said it was the first day at Brady Wayne Academy to either make it or not beat Darby Allin, but he wouldn't change a thing. He approached Tariq Kai, said there would not be a bidding war for him because AEW lets him beat him. He said the biggest problem he has with AEW is there are grown men in the back on Twitter. He used a high-pitched voice. He mocked wrestlers saying they're unhappy, they're upset, want to out of contrast, they don't get what they want. He said MJF did it too with his bidding war 2024 crap. He talks about MJF doesn't want to give a title shot. He's going to complain about it on Twitter. He laughed and said it's not true. He'll beat his face with skateboard and give him a headlock takeover. MJF yelled he hasn't had enough of all of them. Darby says he looks like shit. Scott says he's got black eyes for the Iron Man match. MJF called Perry juggled Darby. He called Darby dangerous. Darby's it's a skateboarder mime. Regarding Sammy said, "We got Sammy." About 7 months proposed to another girl, Guevara. Sammy nodded, smiled, and brought out NJ's fiance and left him. So basically, and he said, NJ said, Juggle had Christian, said Jericho, Darby has Sting. He's saying he enrolled in the Yo Daddy dedication. He has been raced since day one. Fans talked to NJ with a warlord chase and not afraid to admit that the past, the present, future AEW pillars make him stick to his stomach. The pillar, the only pillar he can displace, said. So, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, they're back. The loads. Okay. The pillars that make us sick to the stomach. I'm the only pillar who can keep this place up, he said. He has defeated all of them. He said none of them can snip his belt. He said he should all leave his party because none of them were invited. He said he's going to eat his cake because he deserved it. He pie-faced Perry. Perry hit him on the mic from behind when NJ turned. Guevara attacked Perry with high knee. Darby brawled with Sammy. Shoved him to NJ on the ring apron. NJ landed on the cake on the table at ringside. NJ threw off his hat, retreated to the back stands. You deserve it. So let's get to the critique. Here's what I think about this segment. There's a lot to like, lots of critique there. First of all, it was way too inside by tastes. Some of it worked on 2 levels, but the stuff about being designed by Taker, your boys put on your Miss Pretend World show into the business side, which then makes the idea of being invested in a fight for a pretend title when premium outcomes seem pointless and silly, like pandering to the audience rather than telling a more logical character consistent story with a narrative structure of a pro wrestling show. I did get a kick out of Darby making fun of wrestling, complaining on Twitter about how they represent AEW, they can work on multiple levels. He's everyone's hero this week. Public whining on Twitter about private stuff. It's like a bad look, pretty much always. The dig on Guevara finance situation worked. Also, it's a lot of counterproductive as to have Guevara's heel cutting down another heel in JF. It overall reuniting the pillars worth doing. I'd rather see Guevara aiming his critique at Darby and Perry wearing to firm up. He's a heel and having the left off soft star have to work on idiocy and fast food joints. That goes against his character should be otherwise about. What actually stood out was me another tone deaf moment for Perry when he hit MJ for the when behind with a mic. Yes, NJ pie faced him, but a pie face shouldn't hit a heel behind with a weapon. He should have spun around, whacked him when NJ made a concert with him. The downside of the segment is none of the reasons really ready to be a believable contender for the AEW title, given how they've been pushed or performed like 3 months. But Perry and Darby are otherwise solid enough points for NJ in a Diamond match. Yes, it's predictable, but it would be a better NJ didn't land on the cake at some point. NJ was really throughout the right picks up brush, cockiness, and showing ass. So, yeah, it's basically what it is, that segment. So, in this segment, it was good and bad. That's what the segment was. So, yeah. Alright. Well, basically, they show clips of Jericho City Hall being honored with Jericho on his way to Town Street, being given a plaque in the medal. Then Scalper plugged the upcoming matches. Alright, so Moxley, Coulson, and Muta defeated the Dark Order. It was a little matchup, 26 minutes, it was a bell. It was a hard-fought match. There was one more moment where Carter gave still a bike pile drive ringside with help of Mox. That was the moment I liked about that match. And let's go further to it now. So yeah, a spike pile drive ringside should honestly never ever be a mid-match move. Honestly, in my opinion, it should be end of wrestlers who take it, but he kicked out at 2. So honestly, I want to say it's dumb, but I'm going to have to be serious on this. It's dumb. I'm sorry, it's dumb. It should be an ender move. So yeah, it was basically like that, It's what it is. I don't know. But anyway, there's more to it. Yeah, it was a hard-hitting, all-action match that the crowd ate it up. It was a credit to Mox, Claudia Muta, that managed to give enough ring time or Dark Order to make them credible enough to ring with them. Uno and Grayson have done their part. It's still a stretch, but not glaring as a mismatch as executive has seen. So, yeah. After the match, Mox held on to hold. Mox, Claudia, triple team. Uno, John Silver, Ren's Care cleared the ring of Mox, Claudio, Yuta, who retreated to the crowd. Mox flexed, Claudio show off his muscles. Then we go to Scalper, Dudes of Regiment with Juice Robinson, talks about his attack on Ricky Starks last week. He bragged about DT Starks surgically repaired neck on the mat, saying he wouldn't do a steady squat. So yeah, it's mostly not that. It's gonna be Ricky Starks to Juice Robinson feud. We're gonna see that more often. So alright, Scalper usually hyped the upcoming matches. We get a clip of the opening segment. Scalper pillars can make a compelling case for themselves. This was alright, Jay Cardell versus Nicole Matthews. There's also a debut of Taya Valkyrie. So yeah, Jay challenged Matthews' puncher. Matthews did Jay quickly came back, landed a punk hit to the chest, hit her Jay to finish her with a quick win. So my opinion, I suppose holding the view audience stay consistent with Jay being dominant or issues, but man was a barrel wrestler described as the start of the Canadian indie scene. Then we get to it, like, this is where they did the interview Jay in the ring. She asked about competition looking for. Jay back Renee in her corner, ready to fuck her up. Then Taya Valkyrie came in, debuted in a dancing segment. They said there were rumors that she was a free agent. He said she might no longer be a free agent, rather a future second TBS champion. She faced off with Jay into the ring. They saying words. Gray tried to hit Valkyrie, but spun around first, unlike Perry with Midget Whirler. Valkyrie just slammed Gray onto the mat. Smart and Sterling skirts Jay from re-entering ring. Valkyrie danced and smelled some more, struck a pose. So yeah, this was a weird way to debut Taya Valkyrie, but still good. It's what it is. So that's the thing is right. So yeah, it's what it is. How Siobhan interviewed Ricky Starks backstage. He asked Juice what he done at AEW. He said Bullet Club relevant in 2015, but it's 2023. He said Juice had an issue with him. Alright. Furtherly, like, Ricky Starks had an issue with Juice, and come on, bring it. It's also bringing Bullet Club with him. So there's hints of Bullet Club. So let's just see for next week. For like Rampage or let's watch. Alright, for Rampage, and next week's Dynamite. To look out for it. Oh, note to it, I'm gonna analyze that. Like, the Rampage is gonna be a little late. Like, Rampage is like because of the basketball thing. Rampage will be reviewed. It'll be a little bit late with the notes, but Rampage will still be reviewed immediately when I find the notes for Rampage. So stay tuned. Like, after Dynamite, I will do an ROH, like an ROH. ROH recap as well. So stay tuned for that. After the recaps, I will do news, wrestling news, John Cena interview, mega interview, hot takes, and a GCW rant. Stick out for those. Look out for those. Alright, and here my announcement, my opinion on this. It was also a good straight promo. For a promo without any fourth wall breaking or pandering inside references. Just looking eyes with a camera and just arrival in a beatable style manner is good. Then we get a commercial air for Shazam mixed with images of Jet Jar and Orange Cassidy, among others. Then we got a clip of air last week's angle with QT Marshall helping Powerhouse Hobbs beat Wardlow. Then we got QTV. QT Marshall holds second recorded office segment with Hobbs starting with Marshall break in. They had footage of break in. Real, they stole it. Marshall laughed on wrestling. Everyone else leaving base asking nervously what's next for Wardlow. Aaron saw that where is next for Batista. That's good. So they all laughed. Marshall revealed that he has Will's passport. Hobbs stood up and said, "Welcome to Will's world, bitch." So that's pretty more like that. And then we got Stacey Excalibur hyped the Hobbs with defense title on Rampage against Ray Phoenix. So watch that. Ray said it was going to be about, unfortunately, NFC's men's basketball. It'll be later than usual. Yeah, we don't know. That's why Rampage was taped. It's always going to be taped, so okay. Jet Jarrett. Alright, Orange Cassidy defeated Jet Jarrett for the AEW International title. It was a weird entrance. The matchup was good. We got a moment with Shockmaster fan. We also have something about the international title, Shazam promotion and stuff. And some moments and stuff. Yeah, Cassidy wanted to retain the TNT, the AEW International title. So here's my analysis. So basically, sorry about the analysis. I kept calling it. Here's my take. No, honestly, these Jarrett matches bring you back to the early years of TNA with constant twists and turns and interference, rep bumps. It's so different than most of what AEW has done with much match book to date. The crowd seemed to into it, though. So, yeah. That was my take on this. Yeah, it's what it is. it's what it is if you think about it. So I don't know. Play around with it. All right, we got a Vitch in the air with Hasselbach talking about being trios champions. A commercial air for AW All Access premieres March 29th. So I'm going to review the 3 shows: Dynamite, Rampage, and ROH. I don't know about that Saturday night thing. Like, it's going to come next month announcement. I'll think about it. But you know what? Maybe I'll have to review on it. I'll just do a highlight. Like, I'll just announce the matches instead. So that solves the problem. The match results for the Saturday night show stuff. That's my solve that problem. So, yeah. Anyway, we got a producer out here with Cassie talking about being friend and friend act with reference made to Mitch Merchant Cano's fall. Scott called the Acclaim a grown organic, grown homegrown act here in AEW. We got the Outcast, made a ring. Surreal told their face at the mouths. Ruby said once upon a time the grass was greener in AEW until a couple of bitches came on, pissed on a little bit of grass. She asked Surreal whether they do bitches or housebroken. Surreal should show them AEW is their house. Everyone else should kiss in the ground and walk on. Because without them, there would be a division. They're lucky she is there. Call fans neck beard, sweaty, sticky twats. Yeah. Listen up, fat people. Yeah, it talks about fat people. So, they listen, they beaten. Then we got Hater, Britt Baker, Charlie, that's at the Outcast. Outcast recovered, outnumbered them. Though after Baker made a production taking off her belt, used a weapon. Sky Blue, Rio, Will Nago ran up for the save. Savant talking about how Outcast separated pain them in the matches. Scott says a case of enemy and my friend. Baker and Hater looked over Rio with mixed emotions. So yeah, most of this, it's a women's segment. It was pretty good. It was played to perfect. So it was played to perfection. It was pretty good. So we might see a match out of this. So we'll wait and see what will happen. Blood and Guards. I might see double. We're gonna have double or nothing match for these women. How about money? So a promo aired with Matt Menard and Angela Park. Menard said Mascot said video made nipples hard. Parker said he deserved a Tony Award. They told the Acclaim the belly gun to put respect on the Jericho Preach Society and heard Rampage this Friday. So yeah, it's a promo. Then Scalper hype Rampage. We got Rampage for this week. I'll review later on. I said Menard Park versus Bollywood Boys. Valkyrie in the ring debut. House Open Challenge. And basically, and also, oh yeah. Alright, it was, Brody, it was like Brody King versus Daniel Garcia. That was the main event. It was forgettable. I'll probably recap it. I'll still try to watch it, but it's probably forgettable. So, then we got next week features Hook versus Stokely Hathaway. Yeah. Let's go to the main event. House of Black versus Jericho Preach Society versus the Elite. It was a trios title match. We got Holy Shit Trance. Yeah. So now everyone getting into the ring. House of Black retained the titles against them. So yeah, this was an impactful match. Everything went down. We had basically moments. Guevara to Shooting Star to Jackson. There was House of Black taking Jericho through round 1. Then we had Roddy hit Dante's Inferno. Broke up the cover. Then we got a moment when Jericho hit King with the baseball bat. Then we got Guevara leaping onto Mega Nick Jackson at the ringside. And, there were moments saying Then back caught Jericho with a spinning wheel kick. So basically Matthews kicked a Black team, triple team Garcia for the win. So House of Black retained the trios titles. And honestly, it wasn't that good. So, it was a good matchup. It was straightforward. Get to the point. That's what you want. It's what it is. So, alright. After the match, Hager marched to the ring. Check on the JS cohorts. He had the ring right after House of Black. It was over immediately. Hangman, Dark Order brawled with Yuta, Mox, and Claudio on the stage. Hangman to the ring. Mox, Yuta, Claudio to the ring. Omega and the Bucks stepped up to protect Hangman. And that's what pretty much ended the show. Pretty much this was a great Dynamite for a Canadian episode. And it was pretty good. Alright, now let's go to ROH. Alright, let's do the Ring of Honor recap now. Let's start with episode 3 of Ring of Honor. We got Casanoli versus Willie Mack. It's gonna be a great matchup. Yeah. Alright. Like Mack received a non-title against Casanoli this week, but this was labeled a proven ground match. His win would earn him a shot. It's similar to the AEW Championship Eliminator matches. So they begin with standard exchange of hold, reversals. Mack is a big dude, but he's not afraid to mix it up. On the match, when need arises, the longer it went, the more physical it became. Casanoli took every opportunity to show off his power by throwing Mack around. The big man showed he could speed to keep up with the ROH champion. Did a great job making it feel like Mack had believed he had a chance to win. It made it so the Casanoli victory with uppercut out of nowhere much better. So honestly, like what did I like that Casanoli took a page out of Mojo's book, the walkaway spot, but Mack saw it coming and just cut the dive short, so it was pretty good. So we got Mike Bennett next versus Dante Martin. The Kingdoms. Bennett took on Top Flight Dante Martin in the second match of the night. So Bennett had Taven and Canals by his side. Dante had Darius Martin's corner. Keep things as even as possible. But these two men are similar in size, but work very different styles of wrestling. Ben is more technical and methodical with his offense, while Martin is a high flyer who favors speed over anything else. However, both men are known how to adjust their style to match their opponents, so it ended up working well to get a pretty entertaining contest that allowed both men to show their skills. Apologize. Trent's rant almost led to Dante being counted out, but he beat the 20 count by a few seconds to keep the match going. Both men came close to winning a few times before Dante scored a win with a gig slam. This bout was not have been featured on any pay-per-view card. He's got to kill it. You should have to go out of your way to watch this match. So yeah. Yeah, you should go away to watch this match. Seriously. Go out your way and watch this match, you know? Like, try to go out your way to watch this match. Like, it's on ROH TV now. It's on Honor Club, so you have a chance. So, watch it as best you can. Alright, next one is Ari Daivari, Slim J versus Metalik and Blake Christian. After events of last week's show, a tag team was booked as Slim J and Ari Daivari, Trustbusters, taking on Metalik and Blake Christian. Some experienced tagging together in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Malik Christian had the upper hand at first, but some heel attacks from Slim and Daivari turned the tide quickly. Once they were grounded, Mentally Christian spent a lot of time on defense. Daivari and Slim used quick tags to keep one man isolated for long periods of time. And again, a hot tag late in the match, Metalik scored a win with spinning Michigoni driver. This was highly entertaining, especially during the second half. So yeah, Metalik needs more of a defined character. Talent Lucha is not the jittery from other wrestlers who are just as good, honestly. So yeah, maybe RH is best for Metalik for now. But we do need to see a Bryan Danielson versus Metalik. Eddie Kingston versus GSK. Remember, the Busters was a natural, and GSK took on Eddie Kingston. Castelli came out of the dream to watch the match with the crowd. Mad King kept his eyes on the RH champion, but never got the man. He ended up knocking his coffee over by throwing Kay into the barricade. He ran in front of him when he was sitting at the yell at each other. The champ made his way back to where Kingston was a massive suicide dive to the face. He could be recovered, applied Dragon Sleeve in the ring for the quick win. This wasn't a long match, but it accomplished the goal of making Kingston look like a badass while furthering his feud with Casanoli. So yeah. So honestly, I feel like the camera was perfectly placed for the K's suicide dive. So this was a genuine surprise in my opinion. We got Athena versus Hyen. Hyen had a chance at her title shot this week if she was able to defeat her last 10 minutes against the range women's champion Athena. The champ had been on roll mostly during scoring a hard-fought victory over Willow during the premiere of ROH 2 weeks ago. Athena dominated her opponent from the mountain of bell ring by using aggressive, stiff offense. Hyen managed to get a handful of moves, but just served to piss Athena off. She grabbed Hyen by the throat and brought her down to the mat. She tore her to strikes. She almost got herself disqualified by touching an official, but ended up scoring the win with a crossface. This was a great showing for Athena, but it probably won't end up Hyen's sizzle reel anytime soon. So yeah. Now we got Silas Young versus Marcus Cross. The last woman in professional wrestling main event to the RH this week. Silas Young battled Marcus Cross. While Cross not exactly defenseless, Young definitely dominated his match. It was all bringing Young back to the RH and immediately established him as a threat. You won't see us talking about the match of the week, but it was a decent performance from both guys because they did exactly what they expected them. Young scored the win just a few minutes, much to the delight of the crowd. Yeah, and the crowd. And Silas won one. Like Young looked like he was his son John Roberts. Like Young's finish was really cool, but looks like it was easy to make a mistake when trying to bounce on turnbuckle like that, in my opinion. Honestly, that's my opinion. Alright, the Embassy versus Dalton Castle. The boys, 6-man titles. Castle and the boys lost 6-man tag titles. The best seat at the end of last year, so they look at regaining gold with former glorious match. We got Cage, Toa Young, Conrad, copied by Prisoner Defense. Khan and Castle started for the team, which probably marked because they were two close competitors inside. Both teams playing moments, but there were times I felt like they were rushing moves to the next so they could pack as much into the next one. The action was fun, frantic, but there was a couple of pacing issues along the way. The Embassy ended up attaining and Khan putting both of the boys at the same time. So the Embassy came to attack them after the match was over. But the new trio, mentally Christian and AR Fox, chased them up. This was something good, and yeah, it was pretty good. So yeah, I think Castle's gimmick is so unique to him that it can be never recreated by anyone else. That's my opinion. And it's not that bad. No, that's what it is. Alright. Trish Adora versus Madison Rayne. Two women looking to rise up the ranks. Arch Women's Division week when Madison Rayne battled Trish Adora. Since both of them were baby faces, they had clean exchange and things going. They were still slow first, but they were. When a lot of better kind of do than I have. My experienced opponents for the boxing with it and the signs when the crowd added to the feeling. And the doors scoring the win. Both women show respect over the code of after it was over. Right. Adora ended up scoring the win again. Both women show respect observing the code of honor was over. So Adora won, observing the code of honor. So there's more moats. We talk about Kabani Coleman does such a great job filling people on RH history in a quick way. So the weird part is that Adora was unable to support Rayne on her shoulders, but rolled through the turn to different moves to save the spot, so it was okay. But the submission Adora used halfway through the match was cool, but unrealistic because it would have been easy for Rayne to counter it. So it was a bit unrealistic. But anyway, let's go on to the next match. The Outriders versus Matt Sydal, Chris Daniels. The Outriders made their RH debut last week and took on the team of Sydal this week. And Daniels, Truth Magnet and Turbo Floyd used some cheap tactics to keep control weight. They kept Sydal at bay while double team Daniels and attempt to win the match early. The match ended up pretty short once Sydal and Daniels were able to regroup. They scored a win to get their partnership off a good start. So Sydal, Daniels won. Here's the thing. True Magma and Turbo Floyd are grabbable wrestling names. They're good. Then we saw Aussie Open confront Sydal and Daniels after the match. So there's some interest there. And now we have, for the Pure Championship, William Utah versus Carl Connors. The main event of the show saw Utah defend the RH Pure Champ against Connors. These men are no strangers to one another. The pre-match video package filled as a wider fight, as well as Pure Rules match. Both have emphasis submissions. Other types of instances punches to the face are legal. Both men are like walking Swiss Army knives when it comes to pro wrestling. They can do a little bit of everything. Ideally, the main event should have been the match of the night of the show. Not only this was on a technical level, nothing else for the show came thus close. Thus, everything they did was executed to perfection. While Connors put on a great fight, Yuta was able to power him out and combination to score a win. Yuta grabbed the mic, called Katsura Shibata the match to end the show. Yeah. So basically, yeah. We're going to have Shibata and Yuta and Super Card of Honor. Here are some notes, that Connors actually hit a beautiful brainbuster, It's amazing. It's here kind of weird when you hear Yuta suck chants. So having Yuta wear so fast force Connors use one punch to break the hole. It was actually a great spot. It was, and when Yuta hitting back one punch moment later was to me icing on the cake. It was icing on the cake to me. So alright, let's go to Rampage. Let's do the Rampage review. Okay. Sorry to show. Okay. Now, unfortunately, here's the thing. I told you again, the show had delayed starting time due to TNT's coverage of NCAA state basketball. Luckily, I watched it late night, so it was easy for me. And I told you again, I managed to bring it up. So anyway, let's go to that. We have Valkyrie make her debut. Power-Ups Hobbs defend their title against Phoenix. Menard Parker battled the Bollywood Boys in the main event. Garcia took on Brother King. Let's talk. We got the TNT champ for Hobbs versus Ray Phoenix. So basically, basically I'm gonna give you basically near the end of the match. Phoenix got a 2-count frog splash. He kicked Hobbs again, staggers him. Hobbs attacks Phoenix and plants some spinebuster. He put Phoenix in torture right, slams him for the win. You already know, winner is still TNT champion, Powerhouse Hobbs. There were moves where Phoenix pulled some crazy moves on Hobbs, but Hobbs made a comeback. Then after the match, Hobbs approached Alex Airhand and grabbed him. QT Marshall drops Airhands with a diamond cutter. And that was it. That was the end match, the post-match segment. Let's go to the promo. Duke Grayson comments will return to AEW. He talks about that he's coming back for revenge because Blackpool Comic Club gave Uno a concussion. He challenged Moxley to a match on Dynamite. In a tape promo, there's another tape promo. Adam Cole previews his return to the ring, which will come on March 29th episode Dynamite. Taya Valkyrie versus Ava Lawless, Valkyrie dominates, hits a spear, gets the win with a road to Valhalla with her Taya Valkyrie. And basically after the match, the camera shows previous champion Jade Cargill, Leah Gray, and Mark Story on stage, with Story taking notes. Valkyrie stares him down. Matt Hardy, Ethan Page. Alright, let's get to it. Hardy, Ethan Page, Cassie train Hook halfway with match on Hook on the March 22 episode Dynamite. Now we go to Jericho Society, PJ Society members, Parker and Menard vs. Bollywood Boys. Two teams go back and forth, showcase their tag team chemistry. The Bollywood Boys rally with Parker and Menard scored with double DT. Winners, Jericho Park and Menard. Park, Moxley sistered after the match, sending a message to the Acclaim. In the veteran, there's another veteran, John Cena, Konosuke Kitaki Tashi, with a peg of fan favorite stars giving flowers. The looming match between Kenny Omega and El Hijo de Vigno is highlighted in a video package. A video shows the Guns running to the top flight and agree to face off in a tag title match. The match is confirmed for March 22nd at AEW Dynamite. So Daniel Garcia versus Brody King with Julia Hart. Garcia hugs Jericho like he faced the King early on. It was a main event. He was quick to counter King's power. The King gains the upper hand, chops Garcia, loses the ring. King follows Garcia, who dances on Julia Hart. King clubs Garcia's chest, slams into the barricade. Alright. King has a running crossfire on Garcia, sitting in front of the chair in front of the barricade. Garcia kicks feet and charges him, sending the powerless face first to steel steps. Tina takes the show, grounds King. King's fire back. Gets the 2-count pile driver. King cusses Garcia with a cannonball corner, but breaks to the pin by putting his foot in a row. Garcia locks sleepover, but King powers his way out. King levels Garcia rolls out King for a 2-count. He traps King in the wall to Jericho, but King reaches the ropes while referee distracted. Jericho hits King with a bat. Garcia locks on drag asleep. King's hand drove 3 times. The referee calls for the bell. Garcia wins. Jericho celebrates Garcia in the match. So that was a pretty main event, Rampage main event. It was okay for a main event of Rampage. So here's what it is. So yes, all right, that was Rampage, and we just reviewed ROH. So let's get to the news. And that was the recap. We will start our wrestling news now. Let's start with Bray Wyatt's WWE absent, reported to physical issue. So Bray Wyatt has been physically absent from the last few weeks of television. He started his status with the company growing at the Missing NCJ Live event on March 12th. Throughout the day, there was rumors speculating that Wyatt walked out, all that stuff, but Fightful Select indicated that this isn't the case. WWE sources denied these claims. The claims were denied. So, per the latest report, for this week. Why is current timeline expected injury, physical issue, no current timeline for return. So yeah, so it's basically Bray Wyatt's dealing with a physical issue. So we don't know what's gonna happen. So we don't know. Well, Wyatt was scheduled to feature a number of episodes of SmackDown, several live events, but the company claimed he was pulled appearances due to a physical issue. Despite this, Wyatt's feud with Lashley has continued to progress by TV by Vigilance and segments involving Uncle Howdy. As noted by Fightful materials, while Wyatt and Uncle Howdy often sent his side of SmackDown, though over the past 2 episodes, SmackDown doesn't have been the case. The report also noted that Wyatt has been factored into creative plans for the shows and not scheduled for Raw. According to the report, Lashley was scheduled for tonight's episodes. One of the points weekend. This is unclear when his creative direction into WrestleMania will become clear once again. So Fightful closed their report by noting they'll continue to reach out for further information out today, including rumors of creative disagreements. As always, we'll aim to prove any further updates as we hear more. So in a recent update, according to Fightful Select report, WWE creative were told Bray Wyatt was out due to an illness. He had been in a recent WWE events or television. He wasn't on internal MSG rundown as of Friday. So yeah, Bray Wyatt dealing with physical issues. He's ill, so he's not walking at WWE. He's not doing all that shit. Bray Wyatt is just dealing with some issues with his health and stuff. So let's leave this stuff alone and agree that Fightful Select is the better news coverage. So let's agree. Anyway, former TNA star Crimson arrested. Former star Anthony Mayweather, known as Crimson, got arrested according to Clarksville today in Tennessee. The article noted Mayweather was charged with violation of previous order protection. The police conducted a welfare check on February 24th. It was found that Mayweather made several calls to his juvenile son's phone, several text messages to his wife. Headed Mayweather, even while police was present, a warrant was issued for his arrest. He was booked for this weekend. Mayweather was pre-jailed to headbutting his wife in 2016. So yeah, jail records show that Mayweather was taken into custody on 3A and bounded out the next day. Mayweather was signed to TNA, now Impact Wrestling from 2010 to 2013, billed as the Amazing Red's younger brother. So yeah, that's something going with Mayweather or Crimson's arrest. So yeah, that's on him. That's his fault. So what it is, how it done, what it's done, how it goes. So yeah, that's on him. That's his fault. So don't blame me, blame him. Yeah, that's basically on him. Alright, Ric Flair reportedly asked to induct Great Muta into the Hall of Fame. Ric Flair is set to announce this week that he's going to be inducting Great Muta into the Hall of Fame. The first announcing was Rey Mysterio. Now the next one's going to be Great Muta. Ric Flair will be inducting Great Muta to the Hall of Fame. This was confirmed by Dave Meltzer on WOR. So yeah. So basically, Flair was asked to induct Muta or been asked to induct Muta. I don't know. People thought it was Sting, but politically it would have been tough before. It would have been even tougher now. So we do know Muta's been asked to be in the Hall of Fame. We do know that Flair is asked to induct him. So it needs to make sense. So yeah, whether or not Great Muta will be revealed by Ric Flair, the Hall of Fame inductee on Wednesday, of course, remains to be seen. But if it's who Ric Flair announces, it'll be fair to assume also do the inducting Great Muta too. Yeah. So yeah, Great Muta will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. So yeah, that's official. Ric Flair's gonna do it. Good for Flair, and that's what wrestling is. Wrestling wins, win-win for everyone. The Hall of Fame, my opinion, is a joke. I don't know why. Yeah. Now we're going to lead away for a bit. We're going to talk about the GCW shit situation. Well, like, when GCW is holding a trademark against AEW for the video game trademark Fight Forever. Like, not just stupid. I'm going to get this out of the way. GCW is a shitty hardcore promotion. It's not that good. It's not a game changer. The only thing that's good is Bloodsport, and that's about it. GCW still sucks. And honestly, I don't know why Brent is going to continue this shit. Brent could go fuck himself. Fuck GCW. Fuck Janela. You know what I'm saying? Fuck GCW. Screw Janela. And Brent could jump off a fucking bridge for all I care. Anyway, that was my rant on GCW. Take it or leave it. That's what I say. Alright, we're going to Omega's interview. Kenny Omega. Like, Kenny Omega, Young Bucks became EVPs of AEW. It's conception. They've been cruel to both on screen success of the company on its 4-year history. Though it may have been speculated over the 4-year, the trio aspired the contract edges over the closer. It made it hard to imagine the clear way for the company had helped to create, but seeing Cody Rhodes, anything can happen regarding to challenge to America's 2 top promotions. But while speaking to James Poison on CBS, sees Bernie idea going to WWE directly put into Omega. So a new challenge always appealed to him and is all about what he feels most suited for. So, and this is what he says. I think at the point that anything new appeals to me, challenges always appeals to me. At one point it was all these. Like he says, if you say I can't do it, I really didn't want to do it, now it's not like that. I wouldn't say I'm older and wiser, more like I'm older and care less about it. That more like what kinds of people I could reach, what kind of positive thing I could contribute, what I can really feel best suited for. Yeah, that's from Kenny Omega. When the people asked Kenny Omega, answer was made, and Omega would continue. He said, right? Like, I mean, it says again, it's all place on time where I've been reached time yet, and being able to start this cool thing with a lot of my friend people in the industry. We started this cool at 8 thing here in Winnipeg, place I was born. The place where I chunk my time carving my teeth professional wrestlers, like what I do. Wouldn't have happened if I'd been satisfied just staying with Winnipeg. Wouldn't have happened if I sorted out the bold old song and dance. I'm going to go to US and what you strive to become more consider it a success, take it seriously. I always try trying to find my own way. At least try to lean into nurture my heart, but let me just not take anything one step at a time. Make sure I feel like, yeah, this is cool, this is right, and what's next? I don't know. It's spoken to you, nothing has told me, nothing. What is this what you need to do, right? This is what Kenny Omega said. So from the interview, I continue on talking on the future of Kenny Omega. He said his spider senses have been triggered yet regarding what he'll do next. He's about he talks about his spider senses been triggered yet. He talks about the Winnipeg show. He wanted to be successful at one point, and now we're coming back. I think really important again to embrace our Winnipeg wrestling culture. He talks about the culture. This is what Kenny Omega. As mentioned by Kenny, AEW already did this Winnipeg event thing. The Elite, the House of Black retained the tag belts. It was pretty good, It's how it is. It's how it is, Alright, let's go to John Cena's comments, interview on misconduct, allegations, praises Roman, and some more. We're going to go to that now. John Cena has been asked the feelings he has about Vince and considering such a misconduct allegation suffered as referred last year. So Vince retired, stepped down his role as chairman and CEO. This came as Vince McMahon was being investigated by the board of directors for such secret settlement deals. There was also accusations of sexual assault. Less than 1 year later, Vince McMahon ran back and forced himself to present chairman of WWE's board. During a recent interview with Associated Press, John Cena was asked to be hard to recount the feelings he had for Vince and consider the allegation he uttered. This is what John Cena had to say. This is what he says. No, it's not hard for feelings what I have for Vince. The allegation I have him. Everyone has a right to their perspective. I have rights in my mind. When you love somebody, you take them as perfect as well. We all make mistakes. We have poor decisions. Lord knows I made a collection of poor choices. That doesn't mean I'm going to love somebody. There's no way I can record and say I love Vince McMahon. Yes, from John Cena. And one thing I'm gonna say, he's not gonna leave Vince McMahon. Here's the thing: John Cena owed his life to Vince. He's just playing it safe. Yes, Vince McMahon should not be back in power. The allegations are still there, and but Cena's gonna be Cena. He's gonna vouch for Vince. And that's who he is. You're right again. Cena owed his life to Vince. So what it is how wrestling is. Let's go back to the interview. John Cena asked what about fact WWE could potentially on the market amidst reports of company for sale. This is what he says. He says about that's the way my pay grade. I don't know what's going on with that. He said he loves Vince. He's everything he could want, a great father, business partner, father, mentor. He loved the man. His business deals are his business, and when he shares with me, that's between us. I don't know what's going on with corporate structure and WWE corporate structure. Oh, WWE. When I'm there as a performer, it's WWE Championship Roman Reigns show. In my mind, he's being in the conversations. In my mind, he's the greatest of all time. So when John Cena is asked about why he come back to feud with Austin Theory, he was so on to explain that he didn't pick him. He was still told that he was going to be feuding, that he will be the feud he'll be doing. You'll be surprised by my answer because that's what I was told to happen. I don't do that. I don't say I want to do this. I want to work with that person. I never did try to do what I do. Best of my abilities. And in my turn, often trying to make performance best I can. What I don't do, I never encourage such a narrative. I pick opponents. I love to tell stories. I don't pick Dawson Derry, but I can certainly speak from the heart. That was from this week's Raw. So basically, yeah, Cena will face Theory because it's the company's decision. This year's WrestleMania for the U.S. title in Hollywood. Here's the thing. This is Cena's first pay-per-view match since faced Roman Reigns at last year's SummerSlam 2021. That's a little tiny fact. There's more news. Like AEW reported don't have non-complete clauses in any contracts. This year, the Federal Trade the Federal Trade Commission posted a ruling to ban non-complete clauses on labor contracts. The concept of non-complete clauses fulfillment to wrestling fans with WWE on and off to implement them in their challenge contracts and event they release. While non-complete clauses are complex in WWE, the contract situation in competitors in AEW is slightly less clear. The limited explain ample support toward Fightful side not provide insight how the FCA ruling might affect AEW, noting I believe the company did not blend non-complete clauses in their contracts. Face of the contracts Fightful seen with AEW news challenge spoke to. There aren't any new non-complete clauses attached to made them. Non-complete clauses are standard in WWE deals with main roster lasting 90 days, and they see lasting in general 30 days. However, AEW Wrestling doesn't seem to have any. So yeah, this is from Fightful to confirm. Fightful confirms this, yeah. So Fightful adds that when they asked AEW source for information, they told the company doesn't typically release talent anyway unless there's a special request or necessity for disciplinary measures. Thus, non-complete clauses have been a priority. So yeah. So non-compete clauses effectively extend the life of an expiring contract. Those often require talent to agree to terms. Determine for example, we have analysts so far. Fightful, we're told that generally has been a case-by-case basis for AEW. So one powerful example of non-compete come into play on the side is good for CM Punk. While Fightful and everything I spoke with the company believes they had like to strip from joining WWE for a period of time, should be released for the AEW contract. So yeah. So AEW don't have non-compete clauses. It makes sense. If they want to release, ask Tony Khan. Sometimes they're mostly granted for a special case or a special reason or disciplinary measures. So it's what it is. How you play it is how you do it. There will be reported cutbacks to this year's WrestleMania. This year's WWE WrestleMania 29. Hollywood reportedly has some cutback regarding staff. As many as a point, WWE currently process time to sold. We're coming getting sold. This man back in company at Chairman Board oversee a potential sale. This is going to lead to franchise talent have released to bring down company costs and make them more attractive to buyers. Yet to happen and talk of biggest show year. WrestleMania seeing cutbacks. Apparently these changes will not be too noticed by fans though. Yeah, it probably won't. WWE want to make cutbacks here as WrestleMania show with the idea of increasing profit margin and share getting a company ready for a sale. So this is from Meltzer. He says this. He talks about there'll be cutbacks in the show, not always fans notice. There's going to be less personal people coming in from foreign language announcers, been previously announced to be announced like remote. There are going to be some sort teams networks that are doing more of like the idea of this profit margin of the show is like this is to get ready for a company ready for sale. This is from Meltzer. Whether or not cutbacks will be made, ready to be seen, like they'll say major changes in WrestleMania that will affect the fans' viewing experience in a big way. So it's not that all bad. So it's WrestleMania. Alright, quick talk. Like this year's WrestleMania, should I go for watching? Like I would have watched WWE anymore. So you know what? I'm gonna try to watch WrestleMania this year. For once, WrestleMania is looking good, except for the Lesnar and Omos match. No, The rest is good. Cody versus Roman is good, so I'll give it a watch. I'll try to watch it. So, Mercedes Moné, let's go to the Mercedes news. Apparently had no Japan Stardom dates left after 4/3/23 Grandam Stardust show has announced. That's what's in April. So, Moné, New Japan short-lived one. Moné's Sasha Banks made her debut at the start of the year. She appeared at Kingdom Game challenge Kari saying IWG Women's Champion. Kari was accepted the challenge to Moné's ring debut at Battle last month. She won the IWGP Women's Champion. So yeah, it stands revealed that Mercedes Moné made her first defense IWGP title versus Azam on New Japan's Jessica card on April. Like she's also supported book for Stardom debuting on Stardom All Grand Show Queendom. However, according to Meltzer, like she probably doesn't have any more appearances booked for Stardom, whatever, New Japan. Talks about as of right now, Moné has no days left for Bushy Road to April 23rd, the Yoko Rita show. This is from me. This is from Dave Meltzer. Like, take it with a grain of salt. So, of course, it'll be soon revealed soon. She will work more dates. I think she would work. I think she's going to re-sign for more dates in Japan, Stardom. That's my opinion. Like, that's going to happen. I don't see her coming back to WWE. I don't see it. I'm sorry. I don't see it. I don't care if she go to AEW, Impact, or anywhere. I know for a fact, I don't think she'll ever come back to WWE. That's my opinion. I'm sorry. No. I'm not sorry for that. Fuck it. Yeah. Well, but luckily there is a long list of Stardom talent. I would love, honestly, to see wrestlers in Stardom. I would love to see it on Twitter highlights, because I don't know if I can afford it, but it's my podcast. I'm making do. Okay, we go to Jay White reporter talked about WWE AEW. So Jay White is currently the former Sushi Jay White is currently the hottest free agent before he talked to both companies. After the defeat Loser League Japan match to Hikuleo, followed by Loser League Japan against Eddie Kingston, it's clear what future holds at White. But many people linking the stars of both WWE and AEW. While it's an attractive prospect for both America's top two promotion, interest is strong, but based on a news report from Reserva Newsletter, the Dirtio is yet to pen to pay for either company and is mainly unsure of next move. In fact, Reserva states White is 50-50 in regards to decision. Regarding Jay White, we're told that White has been talking to WWE, but not been signed. Also been talking to AEW from some familiarity with the situation. He described it as a 50-50 side would go with. So yeah, this is from Wrestling Observer Newsletter, mostly. So Jay White, the former IWA champion, WGP champion, Triple Crown champion, first ever New Japan Grand Slam champion. So there are going to be many fans intrigued where he lands next, what goal he could pick up. So yeah, pretty much, yeah. Like honestly, yeah. So WWE reported open talks with Commander following his Dynamite debut. WWE reported interest in Commander for a little while now. Commander managed to catch imagination and AEW audience when he took part in company's annual Face of the Revolution ladder match on March 1st. In Dynamite, the 24-year-old luchador showcased their ability to high-fly offense. When he appeared on WWE Dynamite, he wasn't on a contract with the company. So, yeah. Previous reports say the stars WWE's radar following its inspired performance in the ladder match. Meltzer Reserve News expanded on this in a new report. Meltzer claimed that WWE opened talks to Commander, but were after he appeared on Dynamite. The company changed the head of recruitment site when a reason for trying to bring in new talent. WWE had talks with Commander prior to AEW announcing the ladder match, planning to do a tryout, but not contract for. They did speed up the process, contacting him again after he was announced for appearing in the ladder match. Again, right after the match, tried to speed up the process. Changing the head of recruitment, WWE wanted to consider new talent. Look. Yeah. Actually, that's their opinion. This is from Meltzer, so it's all things are good. Like, basically, take Meltzer as always with a grain of salt. We don't know if we can trust Meltzer at this point. He's good with story ratings, but not with news. I don't trust Meltzer. I'm sorry. Don't trust him. Not sorry. Don't trust him. But, yeah, honestly, Commander could be an slight addition to the mostly AEW roster or possible WWE roster. So, mostly I watch WWE on YouTube these days. I'm not going to watch on TV, only pay-per-views, YouTube highlights. It's more better for me. So, that's my opinion. Many fans interesting when talent star ended up signing. So, it's interesting. It's a lot interesting with Commander, which will sign. I'm more hitting towards AEW, but WWE might be the best bet in the end. I don't know, maybe it could be anyone. Like, don't forget about Impact Wrestling, GCW. Don't forget New Japan. No, New Japan, like Wrestling Noah. Don't forget Defy Wrestling. Don't forget that. There's the NWA. No, not the NWA. They're like fucking freaks. I'm thinking championship wrestling from Hollywood or Florida. It was gonna call either way. Honestly, it could be either way. Anyway, it's a good opportunity, Commander. So take it as you can, Commander. I support you. All right. All right. Before we go, I got some hot takes I gotta say. Ric Flair should stay in WWE. Meltzer is not reliable news. Okay. GCW is a horrible company. Brent should jump off a bridge. That's my hot takes. And Booker T should stay away from reporting the news. He has no right to report news. He's a shill for WWE. He licks Triple H's ass cracks. So what it is how it is. So yeah, that's my hot take. So yeah, this is AgostoAllElite podcast. I'll see you on next Saturday. Thank you. Bye.